Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to discuss about one major protocol. That protocol is called as BGP, and that BGP stands for Border Gateway Protocol. So let's start. So in order to discuss the BGP protocol, we have to discuss about why there is a requirement to have the BGP protocol. So we have to discuss the background of this particular protocol. Now, as we have discussed about the distance vector routing protocol and the link state routing protocol, these both the protocols are interior routing protocol. It means they can be used inside the autonomous system as intra-domain or intra-autonomous system, but not between the autonomous system. The meaning of this, let's consider this is autonomous system. So inside this autonomous system, the least vector and link state routing is going to be used. But in between the autonomous system, it is not going to be used. So this is what the first reason to discuss. And about the both of these routing protocols become inflexible when the domain of operational become large. So if the network get, let's say, large and when network becomes large, that time it is going to be inflexible for that handling that particular situation. And another, the distance vector routing is subject to instability if there is more than a few hops in the domains are operational. So again, it is what kind of things. Let's say if the size of the network is going to be large, that time it is going to be sometime this instability can be happen. So this is what another drawback of particular distance routing protocol. Then link state routing protocol needs huge amount of resource and calculation of routing tables. So as we discussed earlier, protocols like OSPF, the requirement of memories and this processors are required to calculate the updates. So resources are more consumed in this case. In link state routing protocol, it also creates heavy traffic because of flooding. So and the nature of this OSPF protocol is what the flooding. So everything is going to be sent to everyone except that one from which it is received. So flooding also create an impact over the processing and the traffic. Then there obviously need of the third routing protocol, uh, which we called a path vector routing protocol. So what the drawbacks with what we have. So in order to overcome this drawback, what we required new term, and that term is what the path vector routing protocol. And what do you mean by path vector routing protocol? So path vector routing is the routing algorithm. It is unicast routing protocol of the network. It is going to be used for the unicast purpose. Second, it is a protocol in the network protocol which maintains the path information that gets updated dynamically. So path information is going to be very must over here, very crucial over here, which required which updated dynamically for the uh, sending purpose and for the decision purpose, we can say. Then apart from this, path vector routing is similar with the distance vector routing protocol. Ultimately, it is what the dynamic routing protocol. So it sends the data from one source to another destinations on the basis of the routing tables. There is at least one node. So here, but there is a difference. There is at least one node which is called a speaker node, which is called a speaker node in each autonomous system that create a routing table. So here the speaker node is a main node which create a routing table and advertise it to the into the speaker node in the neighbor edge. Okay. So here let's say there is a obvious there is a one speaker node and there is also one speaker node. Ultimately, it is a router which create the routing tables, and this particular speaker node can exchange the tables in between their autonomous system. So moreover, we can say the conclusion of this slide is what we had some drawbacks earlier. So in order to overcome that drawback, what we have another scheme, and that is what the path vector routing scheme. And here, the path vector routing scheme is what? So it is going to be used in between the more than two autonomous systems. So let's start with the now BGP protocol, guys. So BGP protocol is a inter-domain, that is exterior routing protocol using path vector. As we discussed, this is exterior routing protocol, or let's say interior, more than one autonomous system. Okay, it is first appeared in 1989, has gone through the four versions, the version 1, version 2, version 3, and version 4. Nowadays, version 4 is going to be using. Okay, then BGP is used to exchange the information of the internet and is the protocol used between the ISP, which are different autonomous systems. So the meaning of this point is what? The BGP protocol is going to be used in between the more than two ISPs or more than two service providers and more than two autonomous systems. Okay, the protocol can connect together any network of autonomous system using the arbitrary topology. There is no any constraint that guys how many networks are going to be connected. So here it is going to be heterogeneous kind of thing. So any topology can be connected with the different ISPs like Airtel, like Vodafone, like MTNL, by BSNL. Any kind of things are going to be connected. The most common exterior protocol in use on the internet is what the border gateway protocol. So we can say this BGP protocol is what heart of nowadays internet. So again, BGP uses the TCP IP port number, that is what the 179, okay, to establish the connection in between what the two neighbors. So we can say this means that there is no need for error control and the flow control. As we know, guys, the TCP protocol is what the connection oriented, is what reliable. The connection need to be established. Okay, so the TCP concept are going to be used by the BGP protocol for that the reliability. The protocol that makes the internet work. So now we can say the ultimate aim is what? Ultimate slogan is what? Today's internet is working on the BGP protocol. Today's internet is working on the BGP protocol, irrespective of any service provider, irrespective of any platform. This BGP is going to be a kind of backbone in between that, among that, etc., etc. The most scalable of all the routing protocol, but it is slow in its use because internet is very large nowadays. Okay, so it is most scalable routing protocol, but it is slow only because to have the connection orientation and it takes a time to set up the connection and to transfer the data from one end to another. So there is a mistake. Sorry guys for this. Then BGP is the routing protocol of the global internet as well as for the service provider private networks. So moreover, we can say BGP is a backbone of internet. In today's internet, the BGP is going to be used because internet is going to be provided by different service ISP providers, and in between the ISP, the different ISPs, the BGP protocol is going to be configured. It doesn't matter at the one end there can be RIP, there can be OSPF, at another end there can be OSPF, RIP, EIGRP protocol. But in between this, what we have definitely BGP protocol. Okay, this is what the few terms. Now we need to discuss the basic terms about the BGP, guys. Now here, the very first term is what the interior gateway protocol. It means the protocol used to exchange routing information within an autonomous system. So here keyword is what within. So if you want to exchange the routing information within one autonomous system, the interior gateway protocol is going to be term is going to be used. Exterior routing protocol, it is what to exchange the information between the autonomous system. So more than one autonomous system at a time. If we want to exchange the information, that time exterior routing protocol is going to be used, and it definitely is what the BGP. Then autonomous system, guys. As we know, guys, the autonomous system is a set of routers with common routing rules managed by one technical administrator and working with the IGP protocol. It is okay. For routing within AS, several IGP protocols can be also be used. So the meaning of autonomous system is what? Autonomous system is a combination of more than one devices which is governed by single administrative policies. Okay, the whole rights and whole the policies are set by that particular autonomous system administrator and the management manager, we can say. So this is what autonomous system. Then transient autonomous system, this transient is the autonomous system through which the traffic is sent to the other autonomous system. Okay, so here there is a path through which the information can be exchanged to the other autonomous system. That is what the transient autonomous system. Then there is a term is path. Path is what the sequence consisting of autonomous system numbers through which must pass to reach the destination network. So ultimately, aim is what to in order to send the data to the destination, what we require the path, and that path is what this path, particular path, through which on the basis of that attributes, the information is going to be sent from source to the destination. Then path attributes, it is the characteristic that helps to choose the best path. So here there are so many paths available. Well-known attributes are there, optional attributes are there, transient and non-transient attributes are there. So we are going to discuss that attribute later on. Then BGP speaker, the BGP speaker is what the one which is what where the on which the BGP protocol runs. So here it is measure. The BGP speaker is what the major term where the routing table is going to be maintained by the speaker node and it is going to be extended by that also speaker node. Then neighbors and peaks, any two routing routes between which the TCP connection for exchanging routing information is open. Here, the neighbors are what? So both the parties, right hand side and left hand side, or maybe the sender and receiver, where the TCP connection is going to be established for exchanging the data. Okay, that is what the peers and then neighbors. Then there is a term external internal BGP neighbors, that is IBGP, the router that is the in the same autonomous system as the local router. That is internal BGP neighbors do not necessary to have the directly connected. So this is what the IBGP. Then external, that is what the eBGP, the router which is in the different autonomous system than the local router. So it is what the external and it is what the internal. This external BGP neighbor must be directly connected by default. Okay, so it is what the more than one and this is what the only one. Then there is a term is NLRI. which is a network layer reachability information, and IP prefix and the prefix length. We can say the network layer information about the network availability is going to be maintained in this NLRI. Then there is a term is routing ID. It is prepared to the path which lowest BGP routing ID. The router ID based on this highest IP address. If we have a loopback interface, then the IP address on the loopback will be used, and the router ID can also be manually configured. So we have separate video for the routing ID configuration, that is BGP configuration. In that we have set it that autonomous system and the routing ID, guys. It is going to be used for the election purpose. That is a designated router and backup designated routers that we have uh, configured over there. Okay, so these are the basic terms, guys. The basic terms are going to be used to understand the meaning of this BGP protocol. Then let's take the some of the functions of the BGP protocol. So here, in order to maintain the different information, path information, guys, as because it is a path-based routing protocol, what we have, there are three types of routers tables are available. The very first is a neighbor table. Neighbor table, there is neighbor routing table is going to be maintained the list of all the BGP neighbors, the BGP neighbors or the peers. What are the neighbors to my particular node is what the neighbors. So that information is going to be maintained in a BGP neighbor table. There is a second table, and the table is what the BGP table or a topological table. Second is what the BGP table or topological table. And here, it also called as a forwarding database topological table. Okay, so every topological table information is going to be maintained in this table. It means what the structure of the network is going to be maintained. Okay, what seems to be that network, it is a list of network received from each neighbors. This also is going to be maintained. Then it might contain multiple paths to the destination network. So this is what the main purpose is, because multiple alternative path is going to be maintained in topological table as like OSP protocol. This is going to be maintained so that if one path breaks, one path collapse, the alternative definitely path is there. Okay, so that the calculation is going to be take a very less time. Okay, and it contains the BGP attribute for the each path. So a topological table, the multiple paths are available, and there is a third routing table, and the routing table is what the routing table itself. Okay, where the best route is going to be maintained. This is all the best route, list of the best route to the destination network is going to be maintained. So moreover, we have three tables: neighbor tables, BGP table, and the routing table. Okay. Then there are some functions of the BGP peers, that is BGP peers or the BGP neighbors. How this going to be functional? The first function consists of the initial peer acquisition and authentication. Okay, both the peers establish the TCP connection and perform the message exchange that guarantee both sides have agreed to communication. So before sending any data or any routing table, exchanging any routing table, they need to be agreed. The neighbors need to be agreed to be have the connection in between them, so that they can say we have handshake with each others and we have ready to communicate. Okay. Secondly, second function is to mainly focus the sending negative or positive reachability information. Okay, after the connection is established, they are ready to send the negative and positive reachability information. They are reachable to each other. Then third is what? The third function verifies that the peer and the network connection between them are functionally correct. Okay, once these two things happens, so we can say this the connection in between these two entities are going to be very well maintained. Okay, now we are ready to do something else. Okay, so in this way the BGP peers can be function to each others. Then there are some functions of the BGP route information management. Okay, in that we have four functions. Route storage. Each BGP store the information about how to reach the other networks. So here there is a definitely next hop information kind of thing is there. So that ultimate aim is to reach to the another network between the autonomous system. So that information going to be maintained in the route storage. Second will be route update. In this task, the special techniques are used to determine when and how to use the information received from peer to properly update the routes. Okay, so whatever the latest path and latest shortest path is available, that is going to be updated over here so that they can get the best path. Okay, the route updation is all again there. Then next is what the route selection, guys. Now here each BGP uses the information in its routing, that route database, to select a good route to each network on the internet. Okay, so in order to select the best path, okay, And in order to select the best path, he is going to be referred to the routing table. That is, route selection is going to be there, because ultimately is what the selection of best route is going to be based on that particular path attributes. Okay, and which is stored at the routing table. So it is also in the function. Then route advertisement. Once that route is finalized, that need to be advertised. Okay, so each BGP speaker regularly tells to its peer what is known about the various networks and methods to reach them. Okay, so as we discuss about the BGP speaker is what the one who's maintained the routing table and who's informed already other neighbors that I have something better for you. Okay, so this is what the information and some functions about the route management and some peer functions and their tables. Okay, so this slide is more or more important, guys. Let's take another slide. About here, there are some basic functions of this BGP protocol. So here, very first main function of the BGP is what the loop prevention. The BGP is support for the loop prevention, guys, because we have discussed in our IP protocol, there is a count to infinity problem. There are some solutions also there, split horizon solution also there. Okay, so that is very harmful situation in the RIP protocol. And BGP has two loop prevention mechanisms, guys. There is first and second. Let's check what is this. The IBGP, there is an autonomous system path attribute which state that router will drop the BGP advertisement when it sees its own autonomous system number in the autonomous system path attribute. If there is a self autonomous system path attributes available, that time the BGP will drop that particular advertisement. And second, so that our, because itself it is not good to send that particular packets. Okay, so there can be a loop. Then second, IBGP, there is a split horizon rules which state that update sends only one IBGP neighbor should not be sent to the other IBGP neighbors. Okay, so split horizon is a technique where the, we can say, it is going to be banned to the someone, so that already if the material packets are sent, there is no requirement to send another times. Okay, so this also mechanism is available in the BGP, guys. Then there is a function of, let's say, aggregation. Aggregation is called as the route summarization, where the is the method to minimize the size of the routing table. What happens generally, if there are more than one networks are available, the size of the routing table is going to be very increased. Okay, so if the size of going to be very increased, that time the processing of that routing table is going to be take some time. So to reduce that particular size of the routing table, what we have, the BGP is using the CIDR notation, that is a classless routing protocol. So in this manner, only the autonomous system will appears whole information, but other autonomous system will not get all the information. Okay, so we can see the border kind of thing. So let's say here there is a one network and there is another network. So if there is a node, so it maintain all the information. It maintain all the information for this network. If there is a router, that is speaker router, it maintain all the information for this router. But here, if you set up any another border gateway routing protocol, so here this autonomous system and this autonomous systems are different. So this maintain the only table, partial table, we can say. If only the any request come from this side to this side, that time only the table is going to be referred. But ultimately the size of the table is going to be very slow over here, very small over here, only to speed up this activity, because most of the time, and not all the times, it's going to be request from this autonomous system to that autonomous system. Very, this is what very rare condition, guys. Okay, so partially intra-domain and inter-domain information going to be maintained. What we have, the one separate video where we have demonstrated this border gateway concept. Okay, that is BGP configuration. Now, please do watch that also. Then the policy route. This is a technique used to make the routing decision based on the policy set by the network administrator. This is also possible over here. First, the BGP is an incremental protocol. It means what? First time, all the routing tables are full routing table, a complete routing table is exchanged. But after that, only the changes to that particular information are going to be exchanged. That is that, in that sense, this is incremental routing protocol. Only the changes or the trigger updates are going to be same. Okay. Then policy support. BGP can implement the policy that can be configured by the administrator. For example, the routing running BGP can configure to the distinguish between the route that are known within the autonomous system and that which are not known from the outside autonomous system. So policy support is also available, and the BGP runs over the TCP, so that is reliable because it is connection oriented. BGP preserve the network bandwidth. BGP supports CIDR notation, as I told you in the aggregation. The BGP also support for the security purpose. So these are also the functions, or maybe kind of the main features of the BGP protocol. Okay. Now let's take the last topic of this particular today's lecture. That is what the BGP characteristics or BGP attributes. Okay. Now, guys, in order to select the best path, in order to select the best path or best route, what we required several attributes or several metrics, guys. Okay, so that we can say now this is what the best path on the basis of some information. Now, BGP uses the path attribute to communicate the routing policies. Okay, so whatever the information to be sent on the basis of this particular routing policies, it is going to be sent. Now, what are these particular mechanisms? So, BGP path attribute includes next path, next hop, local preference, autonomous system path, origin, multi-exit discriminator, atomic aggregator, aggregate, and aggregators. Out of this, only autonomous path system is one of the most important attributes. Okay. So moreover, the meaning of this particular attributes are what, how the best path is going to be selected, on which parameter, on which metrics. That is what the BGP characteristics or BGP attributes. So let's take the BGP attribute, guys. So there are two types of BGP attributes. Very first is a well-known attribute, and second is an optional attribute. There are lots of attributes are available, guys, but out of that, the attributes are categorized in some categories. Okay, so that categories are two categories: well-known category and optional category. As the name says, well-known. The well-known attributes are recognized by all the BGP implementation. So everybody knows about the well-known BGP path attributes, guys. Okay, it means what? This is what the most important parameter that everybody should have, should know. Okay, supposed to know. Then optional do not have to be supported by the BGP process. It means what? They are used on test or experimental basis. Okay, so this is what optional again. It is used for the test and experimental basis. This is not that much required, and this is what the required, guys. Then these well-known attributes are again having two types. Okay, very first is a mandatory, and second is a discriminator. Okay, so let's check the mandatory. Though mandatory, the mandatory attribute are always included in BGP update message or BGP updated table. It means what? So every speaker node, every neighbor, and every peer need must include every attribute. That is what the mandatory attribute. Okay, and second is what the discriminatory. Okay, it must be recognized by the each router but not included in the updated message. It means what? Discriminatory attribute might or might not be included in BGP updated message. It is not compulsory that it must include it. Okay, but the one users can include it, and one user cannot include it. Okay, but mandatory is what must, and this second is what not that much required. Then this optional is also having two types. The very first is a transitive, and second is a non-transitive, guys. And this transitive here, the routers must advertise the route with transitive attribute to its peer even if does not support the attribute locally. So this is what the meaning. Where the non-transitive is what? If the path attribute is non-transitive, the router does not have to advertise the routing to its peer. Okay. Again, it is not going to be mandatory and is going to be mandatory kind of things. This optional is a transitive and non-transitive, guys. Then apart from this, what we have, there is a third well-known mandatory. That is well-known mandatory is again divided into some three types, and this is what very important, guys. We have demonstrated these attributes in our next video. That is what the BGP configuration video. So well-known mandatory is what? Very first is what? The origin. Now this origin indicates that it defines the source of the path information from which that route has been learned, because learning is the main parameter of the routing table. So how that route has been learned, that indicate by origin. Okay, now here there are three types of this learning or origin can be happen. IGP, it indicate by I. In packet tracer we have demonstrated this I in the BGP table. It present when the route is learned by a way of network statement. So there are two types of statement, guys. One is a network statement, a network commands, and another is a neighbors command. So if you learn this type of route via network command, that time it is going to be shown in this particular IGP. Second is the EGP. It indicate via E in the BGP table and learn from the EGP, that is exterior. So exterior autonomous system via if you learn that time it is going to be shown. And third is incomplete. Third is incomplete. It is indicated by a question mark. In this BGP in the BGP table, it is learned from the redistribution of the routes. Okay, so these are the three categories: how the node and how the destination, how the origin is going to be learned in this BGP protocol. Second is the autonomous system path. The here the complete path documenting which autonomous system a packet would have to travel through to reach the destination. So ultimate aim is to reach to the destination. Okay, and how it is going to be as path. So let's say it contain the list of autonomous system number in the path to the destination. Each autonomous system pretend its own autonomous system number to the autonomous system path. Okay, so this is what the as path autonomous system path. Then there is a next hop, and this is what the last well-known mandatory attribute. Here it defines the next router to which the data packet should send. Okay, ultimate aim is from the source to destination. So how to reach to the destination? So which one is the next hop? Which one is the next hop? Let's say this is what next hop. Via this we can reach to this particular destination, and this is what the next hop purpose, guys. Okay, I hope this all the concepts are okay with you, because we have discussed about this particular BGP protocol. As BGP protocol is very large, guys. So BGP protocol we have divided into two parts. Part one we have discussed. Part definitely next will be the part two. So in here part one we have discussed about the basic concept, like what we can say, uh, what why BGP is required, what is BGP, the basic term, their functions, their attributes. So in the next video we are going to discuss about the another things about the BGP. Also we have one demonstration of the BGP. Please do watch the video. Thank you.